Wacky. I don't know what the place, but the fishy on me. Got a lot to be, but the fishy on me. Got a new, I'll slap your knee. Fishy on me.
Welcome to Anything is Poddible, where we tell you about Fortnite. I'm your host, Nico.
And I'm your co-host, Daniel. In this episode, we're going to talk about the storyline and tournaments and how you can learn to play Fortnite.
Let's jump in now. Organization named IO made the Battle Royale map out of the 0 point, which connects the Fortnite realities. There is loot and 100 people spawn in, and the last person gets a victory royale. One day, a dim blue light appeared in the sky, drawing closer and closer to the island with each passing day. Observation camps were set up all around the island, and the UIA was trying to figure out what it was. But then, the bad news struck. It was said to be a comet bound for the island. Not long before May, meteors began to strike the surface of the map, causing temporary damage to structures. This was the beginning of something that could change everything. Now host 2 will be talking about tournaments.
I'm host 2, and I'm going to be talking about tournaments. Each tournament has a series of scheduled dates and times that the competition will be ran at. All upcoming competitions and times are available to browse, so players can plan and practice. Every scheduled session is completely clean, with all players starting in equal footing at the beginning of play. Compete over the course of several hours to earn points by eliminating multiple opponents or surviving against the competition for a prize. Players are matched up against opponents with similar scores during the session. Tournament matches are usually played with their own rule set. This means siphon and an increase of material harvesting, and moving storm circles are often FNCS Community Cup presents in tournaments. Tournaments can use the game like loot pool at building. Tournament matches are typically more stacked compared to a public or a ranked match. With matches going to small moving zone circles, active storm surge is a frequent occurrence in tournament matches, especially in games of high point players. The Fortnite Champion Series, aka FNCS, is the premier competition of Fortnite. Battle Royale in a trios or duos format, the tournament usually starts near the end of each season and is open to players with a high rank. Each region have a separate FNCS and is region locked. FNCS winners from the 6 regions earn the XF Champions 2.0 harvesting tool. Now, we will talk about the storyline of Fortnite. Host 1?
I'm host 1, and we'll be talking about the storyline of Fortnite. The mystery comet has hit the island and crashes into the factory, vaporizing the factory. The resulting crater destroys most of Dusty Depot, and the entire area is renamed Dusty Divot. Smaller comet fragments damage tilted towers, risky rails, and destroys the prison. The government arrives at the set, a research facility in the divot, examining a large mystery comet rock in the center, constructing a large building around it to shield it or prying it eyes. Government cars and trucks also arrive at each of the smaller craters dotted around the island and study mystery hop rocks found there.
Host 2, and I will continue what he was saying. Production of the movie begins in which the evil supervillain Omega found himself freed from the prison due to its destruction from a comet fragment. The heroes, led by Carbide, begin formulating a plan at their hero mansion near Lonely Lodge. In his villain lair, Omega began to assemble an army of augmented soldiers for the final battle, with superheroes taking place in Tilted Towers. A movie set was built at Moisty Myers for filming, and the hero mansion and villain lair were also constructed for filming. However, the villain lair itself actually contained what was thought to be a rocket prop for Omega's sinister intentions, but which played a major role in the lore in later weeks of the season.
Production of the movie is complete. The government collects all the hop rocks and transport them to the villain lair. Not long after, they drilled through the comet rock at Dusty Divot and reveals a visitor pod. It seems as if the meteor was actually a method of transportation that the visitor used to get to the island. This seemingly hostile visitor broke out of the pod and trashed the research facility, escaping the villain lair which already contained all the hop rocks assembled by the government. The visitor proceeded to modify a fake prop rocket in the layer and allowed the channel the 0 point field. All began feeling the hop rocks.
The rocket takes off from the villain layer, leaving behind a thick trail of smoke as it ascends into the sky. It monumentally stopped in the air to break off its rocket, boosting before accelerating quickly. Once reaching a high altitude, the rocket shut off its engines and stalled in the air before plummeting back down towards the island. The visitor could have been heard saying 0 point oscillator on setting coordinates. Engaging quantum field accelerator, the rocket activated a laser that pointed directly at tilted towers and boosted towards the location. However, before it could hit the rocket temporarily opened a sideways rift between two realities. The rocket went through the rift and boosted out of another one of Moisty Meyer's flying around the island to another rift near Snobby Shores. Finally, the rocket boosted out of another rift at Loot Lake and accelerated into the sky, blasting through space-time and creating a gigantic rift in the sky, known as the Sideways Rift. This rift did not close and instead slowly grew over the days until Season 5.
As the Sideways Rift continued to grow, smaller rifts began opening around the island, rifting different objects from the island, mostly famous. The Durburger Rift and appeared in the real world. In a remote part of California desert, it was guarded by a group of unknown agents and started to leak from the Sideways Rift. Rifts began bringing objects from different realities to the island, named space wagons, dinosaur bones, and ancient weapons. Now we're going to talk about how you learn to play Fortnite.
Basically, you should avoid fights, gather a lot of materials, and try to get the best loot. Focus on having a lot of movement using launch pads, redeploys, and ballers. Land near the outskirts of the map as far away as possible from the original path of the Battle Royale bus. This will help you avoid other players in Fortnite. That is it for today on Anything is Poddible. You should go try out Fortnite sometime. Have a good day.
I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new. And share the video with a friend if you did enjoy or laugh, because that helps me get into recommended, which means I help grow. Thanks guys, love you, and stay with the fish and the peace. Bye!